Millennials account for roughly 31% of eligible voters in the U.S., according to the Pew Research Center. But how many of those eligible will be casting their ballots today?
There was like this countdown clock on Facebook, and it was like 3 days, 7 hours.
A poll by Gen Forward, a website run by the Black Youth Project that surveys young people's political opinions, predicts the number of millennial voters will be high. Of over 1,800 people ages 18 to 30 surveyed, only 16% were planning on not voting and 9% were undecided. One Stony Brook professor says the majority of voters can be separated into two categories.
It's people that think that life as it is right now in the United States isn't particularly awful, and we need somebody that just sort of keeps things going in more or less a positive direction, versus people that think that life in America today is intolerable, and they're willing to even take a huge leap into the void just to see what would happen if we shake things up.
So which candidate will millennials in college be voting for?
There isn't really a good side for me on this election. I'm not entirely pessimistic because I think that there's going to be a lot more push to hold whoever wins, probably Hillary Clinton, so I'm just going to say her. A lot more push to hold her feet to the fire.
Another Gen Forward poll showed 60% of the young likely voters surveyed were in favor of Clinton and only 19% in favor of Trump.
Trump is just so radically different from everything else we've had before as far as a political candidate goes, so it'll be interesting to see what happens if he gets elected.
But why are people more inclined to vote for Clinton? Salins says that while people may not like her, she has what it takes to work in government.
Everybody complains that candidate Clinton is not visionary, she's a policy wonk, it's all too detailed. But unfortunately, the truth of the matter is that government is complicated. And, the only way to get anything done is by being very detailed and wonkish and looking at things and seeing how they work.
I mean, I feel like Trump's just going to lead people off the cliff.
According to Salins, Trump is a different story.
This whole thing is that I am so brilliant, I am so clever, I'm so successful that I'll figure it out. When I get there, I'm going to wave a magic wand and everything's going to be fixed on day one.
Pericles once said, just because you don't take an interest in politics doesn't mean politics doesn't take an interest in you. So remember to go out and vote, Seawolves. For Stony Brook News, I'm Jacob Lukowitz.